And here we are. Game number 3, the deciding match. If and only if TLC win this match, they will advance to the upper bracket of the grand finals to compete for the prize pool, to compete against whoever wins the other semifinal match, which is occurring in 10 hours. Zumni has Roman, a fast civ, a favored civ on this map, as they have access to several very strong units. One of them being the speed of their rushes. Not the unit, but one of their bonuses being the speed of their rushes. Their power on land maps is it's noticeable. The cheaper barracks, the third barracks goes up and your axes are just there. The barracks go faster, you get clubbers out faster, you get more clubbers out. The granaries, which are vital to early game food income, more storage pits to hide your villagers around the map. Roman is such a strong civ, and Zumni has picked it. Now, we have mixed spots again. As MoR, so Zumni spawned with the Roman pieces at 10 o'clock. Now, MoR is at 1 as a Syrian. Syrian, another very strong civ for Highland. Those chariot archers shoot so fast. The downfall of a Syrian is they aren't as strong. They're just not as strong in the Tool Age because they don't have access to those slingers. Slingers, as we've seen in the past 2 games, often the unit of choice as long as the Tool Age battle goes on longer, as their range allows them to knock down enemy walls, and once clumped, can deal with axers quite effectively. Now, Kwang'an has spawned as Phoenician, and he is over here at 3. Now, Phoenician has that wood chopping upgrade, which gives them a speed bonus quite similar to the Romans, in that it essentially on land maps kind of means that their buildings are cheaper, although the Phoenician bonus is much more versatile, but it requires that you have villagers on wood to make full use of that bonus. And if this game gets messy in the Tool Age, you never know what will occur. He's tucked away into these 4 forests, though. And I can imagine if he gets to Bronze Age, if that's what this game entails, as the other 2 games have not. But if it were to, he has a very clean wall off available to him. But his food situation is alright. He's got this 1 elephant already lured, and he's got these gazelle way out front. But other than that, he's stuck with just his berries. He's got these other food sources out here, but that's going to require moving outside the protection of those forests. Meanwhile, MoR has a very clean TC. He has lured these gazelle very effectively. Beautiful TC. Gorgeous to look at. I love seeing that. Now, Vertex also picking Phoenician. Teams favoring this wood bonus on land maps isn't too surprising. With a oddly dropped gazelle over in this corner, and kind of a messy town center. It's these gazelle are spread out, maybe dealing with the transition from Vubli to DE not too effectively. This house blocking some of these villagers. Oh, but he gets a nice lure coming from this elephant, and these berries out here will provide a nice food bonus. Losing a villager to a double lion is always brutal at this stage of the game. Now, Zumni going for the storage pit with these gazelle. 2 elephants. I think we're going to see another really fast rush from Zumni, especially with a map like this. 2 elephants, full patch of gazelle, full berries, and just 3 on wood again. Now moving up to 5. So maybe he needs to drop, maybe he's thinking he needs to go for another berry patch with the granary. But we're seeing the 2 villagers move forward from Zumni. This is the story of the night. This is the 3rd game in a row in which Zumni is going for the 7 minutes. These villagers are moving forward, and they're going to be dropping an aggressive barracks. Now, the difference between this and Conti is you're not nearly as close. to your opponents as they were in the last two games. Without having water around the edge of the map like the Conti map, it's a lot harder to find your opponent. It's not as obvious where they are. It's a long walk to find your opponent around the edge of the map. And Zumi, he may have spotted this. He may have spotted this. He has this artifact exploring ahead of his villagers, and he says, "Oh, there's nothing here." I think he walked around here, and there was nothing there. So he's moving these villagers forward, and he's about to find the economy of MoR. Now, Assyrian villagers move about the same speed as Axemen, with that 10% speed bonus. So Axemen aren't as effective, but your economy is still going to be on the run and still in shambles. And he moves and he drops the barracks right on top of the new granary placement from MoR. But MoR has moved some of his villagers up here. This could be his saving grace. This could be where he hides some villagers. If Zumni is unable to find this, he'll have that nice food income for a while. But the two barracks right on top. Oh, right on top. Perfect placement. This is going to be brutal for him to deal with. Vertex on the other side of the map is going for defensive axers at home. He's got 3 clubbers out, but there's no threat just yet on his town center. Maybe anticipating something. Okay, so if he... Depends on what he does with this. He looks like he's going kind of the wrong way to find anything, but he already has the upgrades. No +2 damage just yet. Meanwhile, Kwang'an going for slingers at home. Do we see the aggression here? Yes. Fully upgraded axers again before 10 minutes from Zungni, and MoR's on the run from his granary. But like I said before, MoR's economy is really spread out, and it looks like he's going for the fast bronze. Let's see if he's able to get away with the bronze time. If he just clicked now, he will have an incredible time. He might need to save some food for some bowmen to deal with these axers. Zungni moving forward some of his economy, saying, I have faith in these axers. I'm just going to make a granary here too. Oh, and this is just brutal. Devastating for MoR. Zungni has found those gazelle, and what's happening here? It looks like MoR was trying to run some villagers south to something, and he ran headlong into the slingers of Kwang'an. Now, Vertex's axers here could make a big difference. So the fact that half of Kwang'an slingers are out on the map and not at home means that these slingers could do quite a lot of damage. But it looks, yes, it appears that Kwang'an has a wall off on his exposed parts of the map, and he has just the slinger mass to defend. It's going to be difficult for Vertex to do anything with these axers. Building axers at home may have been the downfall here, as getting these units across the map just way too late, whereas Kwang'an has slingers, and this is enough slingers to deal with these axers at this stage of the game. Now, Kwang'an and Embe meeting up, Kwang'an and Zungni meeting up in the middle of the map for maybe a joint attack on Vertex, recognizing that maybe MoR is going bronze, but MoR seems to be suffering in the score department, probably from far fewer villagers and no economy. But here it is, a sub 13-minute bronze from MoR. This could be the deciding factor of this game. This could let them. He's fighting for his chances to go to the grand finals. He doesn't want to get kicked down to the bronze match. No, he wants to fight. He wants to play. He wants to win. But his market is under duress. He's going to have to repair that. He's probably clicked wheelie, yes, and he's moving forward to repair that. Maybe he thinks it's going to be done in time. No, he recognizes the real threat here. He needs to defend this market in order to. Now, the big attack coming out onto the base of Vertex. MoR being bronze does not mean that Vertex is safe at home for the time being. Attempting to get the wall off, he will be forced to run some bills away from just a few units. Not sure he needed to run. Yeah, he did need to run. That's a good call. Now, Kwang'an defending at home. This looks to be alright. The big question here is, will... Oh, Kwang'an and Zungni desperately attempting to punish MoR. for clicking the bronze upgrades so quickly. MoR's economy is so fragile. It's so fragile in here. And Kwang'an is hitting. He's microing those villagers. They're gonna have to run. He's gonna have to run. He gets the wheel upgrade in time, and he's on the run. But is it too late? Does he have anything to work with? He has 5 villagers here, and like 8 villagers here. This be enough? Will he have enough? He has no rangers, no military production at the moment. Oh, he has another group of villagers here. Okay, so most of MoR's economy has survived the assault. Question is, will he get... He's going for a stable, so it looks like he's going to be going for some chariots, some regular melee chariots. The joint attack from both players. One player going pure slingers. Okay, so now they're both going full slingers. But they have this large Axeman army to work with as a sponge in these matchups. It's going to come down to what Vertex does. Is he going to produce units that can fight this massive army? Because they are massing a very large army. They're scouring the map, looking for where Vertex ran, or MoR ran. MoR ran right to the middle of the map. And it looks like he's going to get away with this for quite some time. He's got a lot of time. He's got the wheel upgrade. It all depends on when they find this. 2 villagers from Vertex running around. Not exactly sure what they're doing out here. Maybe running from some slingers. Vertex cleans up his base. He has the Axers at home. Still no units out from MoRic. His whole base is completely mopped up. He left his town center alive. Okay, Zungni has found another granary of MoRic, and he's gonna get a huge surround on these villagers. And he's gonna collapse. Oh, this is gonna be brutal if MoRic doesn't notice in time. If he can get the wall off with his own units, MoRic notices immediately. MoRic sees this immediately, reacts just in time to run away. But he still loses 2 villagers. Well played by Zungni to get this around, recognizing the speed of these villagers. It's just too fast. Assyrian villagers with wheel. I mean, they're nearly impossible to catch. The first chariot coming out, no defensive upgrades, so that will get mowed down pretty quickly by a group of Axers. But once he gets these upgrades coming in, and as he gets more units, archer range coming out, so we will be seeing more chariot archers from MoRic as well. And Kwang'an chasing some of the villagers away from their home, losing 3 villagers. Vertex. His economy is spread out. It exists, but it's not strong by any means. By any means. Kwang'an with a very strong economy at this point. Most farms in the game, by far, all safely farming. His economy has been relatively unperturbed. It looks like there's a slinger battle here between Vertex and Kwang'an, but looks like he was able to hold the line for long enough. The town center finally getting focused down as they realize those villagers are long gone. Excuse me. It looks like MoRic moving out onto the map. 3 chariots and a chariot archer. The Assyrian chariot archer is going to pump out a lot of damage per second. Some of Zuni's villas are exposed here, but he has some army to defend it. Still no defensive upgrades and no wood chopping upgrades for MoRic, so really tight on the food for him, as he has a large wood income, but absolutely no food income since they found those berries. Where did he move? Oh, he found these elephants. Okay, this is going to provide him enough food to get some units out of the gate. And maybe some upgrades in for the units as well. Catching these villagers off guard, they will go down to these Bronze Age units. Out of the center of the map, these chariots are going to have free reign to do hit and runs anywhere he wants, and he's going straight for Zuni. Now, Kwang'an has also hit bronze. He has 2 stables up. He has been mining gold. It's Phoenician. And we see there are going to be some units out of here, and he's going for the camels. Yes, camels. Destroying the barracks, letting those camels out right now. He needs to fight these chariots. Camels have a good time against chariots. The big downside to them is they cost gold. But at this point of the game, do anything for everything, right? Gotta try to win here. +2/+2. Still no range upgrade for the chariot archers, but that doesn't seem to be an issue in this battle. Or will it? Oh. So these, just a few units from orange are enough to force MoR to... I don't know what's going on here. He's not paying attention. Now Kwang-On moving in on Vertex. Vertex with a slinger, with some X-Men. Enough X-Men to fight, maybe, but not with this micro. Kwang-On able to hold on for now, but it looks like the round is coming in from Vertex. He will be attacking them now. But will it be enough? Did he lose too many units during the micro building up? And no, it looks like he will have plenty of units to clean that up. MoR pulling the boys, pulling the lads to defend the home. Seeing the threat, these camels are going to demolish these chariots. Specifically the chariot archers, which are still upgradeless, but pulling his whole army back to defend. He kills the scout. Kwang-On with just 3 camels. This isn't quite enough. The slingers from Zuni coming into support, but not enough support yet. More slingers on the way. Zuni bringing everything. They found the base. They found the economy. So they should be able to clean this up pretty soon. MoR throwing everything into this fight. This is everything he owns at this point. He needs it to succeed. Oh no, he has this whole area. It's a lot of villagers still just chopping away. He's moving them further to the edge of the map. But is that just further into the lion's belly? This is right next door to Kwang-On's defense. Now the army from Zuni coming in. This is going to be enough slingers and axemen to take this area. Especially if he forces down this archer range. MoR does not have enough wood just yet to rebuild. Still, very little food income from MoR. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to produce units. Those elephants gotta give him a nice little boon, and he's hunting a lion. He town-centered a lion for food. That's how desperate he is at this stage of the game. Again, this is match point for MoR and Vertex. If they lose, they are knocked down to the bronze finals. TLC up 2 points, up 2 games. Looking to close out this best of 5. Vertex forced back. MoR's newfound home in the center of the map will go down. Building up a new market, maybe realizing the need for the chopping upgrade, the range upgrade on those units. Trying to get the quick wall. Oh, those are his own units, so it won't be too much of an issue. Kwang-On still building units at home. Still just on the one town center. Going for the full aggression. 2 town centers. Getting the wall off. He has enough units to deal with these slingers. Or these chariot archers. The chariot archers do have +2 defense, but that's not going to be enough against that home defense. Moving a few villagers up north. MoR looking for any food he can find at this point of the game. It looks like Kwang-On has plenty of camels to deal with just about anything that APO can provide. I can't imagine Kwang-On losing the game at this point. Once again, he had a really nice map for Phoenician, easily walled. Look at this, these 2 tiles. He walled it very nicely as well. Getting everything, relying on these house walls, yet it's only a problem. Relying on house walls is only an issue if your opponents realize you're relying on house walls and attack the houses. So, for now, it's fine. MoR right on the doorstep, though. Chopping away, moving 2 villages around. Maybe he's going to be finding something. Dropping a house here. Not exactly sure what his goal is here. Zuni, dangerously close to one of the wood lines of MoR. MoR and Vertex are just on the run. Vertex, however, building up a nice little economy behind a nice wall. But no town center in here. 1 archery range. He's not bronze. I don't really see what he's going to do. Maybe he's tributing. Okay, so he has hit bronze. And he is Phoenician as well, so he can provide that boost that MoR needs to the Bronze Age fight. But Zuni pumping even more slingers into the battle will be just a massive issue for the Syrian player. He's not gonna have a fun time building chariot archers into slingers. It's like this wood line getting forced back to somewhere. Not exactly sure where. Up to here, maybe. I can't see how APO are going to come back from this game. I think TLC have won it. Hongan save at home. His house wall going down. Or maybe he opened it to attack the units attacking his house wall. He's that confident. He's built his second town center, so he's transitioning, and his third town center comes up. So we're going to be seeing him transition into the boom economy that he will need to close out this match, apparently, as Morik and Vertex are running, essentially, hiding in the corners with no militaries to speak of, just chopping wood and farming, rebuilding their economies. But I can't see Hwang-an giving them the time that they need. Yeah, I think it would be a massive misstep for Hwang-an to let this go by. Zuni hot on the case as well, attacking the houses, destroying Vertex's old base. I'm not sure if they found this new economy. There's not enough space here. There's just not enough space, not enough resources for Vertex to really boom up into anything critical. Big note though is that Zuni is still tool age. Roman slingers. Well, no slingers gets any bonus. I mean, Roman slingers aren't anything like special, right? But against these ranges going down again, a huge blow to Vertex, another 300 wood in the dumpster. Building now way up against the wall. The definition of west siding. Textbook west siding. Just hiding in a corner of the map. Maybe not recognizing the threat. Let's take a look at the timeline. I'm pretty sure that Hwang-an just has extreme... Yeah, look at the timelines. At 200 pop, you could estimate that Hwang-an is around 90, maybe even 100. 100 population Phoenician. Forget about it. Although Morik is on 3 town centers as well. If Hwang-an is unable to find the economy, which is right here, which is kind of funny that he hasn't spotted this yet. I would have thought he would have found this earlier, but Camel's notorious for their really crappy line of sight. But here he comes. He has a scout in the mix, so he should see this wall as new pretty soon. The one place he would never check. Right here. House wall meeting house wall. I mean, Hwang-an's army is much stronger. He's got way more units. He's got better units in the fight. He's got the counter units. Zuni just killing a granary because there's nothing else to hit. Okay, no, he's moving around. Finding this two exposed villagers. And looks like a few villagers died here to Zuni's axers. We have a bit of a lull in the game as Hwang-an is searching for the economies. Same with Zuni looking everywhere with his axers. Where are they hiding? They're probably looking at the timeline and saying the same thing as we are when we look at this and say it's heavily in favor of TLC. Okay, the town center from Hwang-an is on the wall of Morik. Alright, and he finally sees it. He has the compies out. He finally finds where he might be hiding. Will we be seeing the... Look at this many... Like, Morik can't fight this many camels. He doesn't have the units. Hiding 4 villagers in here against the horde of Phoenician camel units. Morik coming in to defend, though. But compies beat chariot archers, especially when the chariot archers stand and fight like this. The compies will just win. Especially when these chariot archers still don't have +1 chopping. He still doesn't have even +1 range. Morik, running again. Where will he end up this time? I'm not sure. Where's he going? He's going to meet up with his old economy, which has yet to be scouted, or his other his new economy. And look at this, the horde charging across a great unit composition, compies and camels. Just searching the map, a quadrant of the map at a time. Okay, and Zumi, he's found the houses. He realized this was a wall that he couldn't get due to the hill bonus, maybe, and the tightness of it. But here he can spread out, take advantage of its bigger numbers. Trouble communicating with MoR. Maybe this was a resignation. Maybe this is a bug. Okay, no. He's back. We're all here. Morik on the fringes of the map. Once again, recovering. He gets +1 chopping. He finally has the +1 range upgrade at 38 minutes. Man. This game. Morik desperately defending what remains of his economy in this little area. He has more villagers up here, but these villagers will get trapped by these compies if he does not defend it. Now, compies, like I said before, do better, but Morik is dancing this time. And now he does have +1 damage, but it doesn't look like he's going to have the numbers. Or +1 range, rather, not +1 damage. And Morik's compies falling to... Or Morik's chariot archers falling to the compies of Kwang'an. Still with a few villagers on this gold mine. Looks like he was able to get the quick wall off before this Axler got in. The Kwang'an's army. Still just looking, trying to find it. Looks like Zhongli was forced back with his slingers. Zhongli still in Tool, content to just keep making slingers while his teammate booms. Check the timeline again. Maybe something's developing that I'm not noticing. If anything, I would say TLC still has the same advantage. It just looks like that Kwang'an's bigger and Zhongli is smaller. I'm not sure how much there is to say right now. The chariots from Morik trying to do work, but his Phoenician opponent has the counter units. Now the ranges are undefended. Morik is going to get in. Okay, no, a new group of compies just came out in time, but we could be seeing Morik with his Assyrian chariot archers camping the ranges. Superior numbers always win. So it would be interesting to see. Maybe he can try to turn something around here. He clearly thinks he has a shot at this game still. Even with this massive horde still just running around. Kwang'an moving a humongous army across the map. Morik opposing a threat at home, but is getting repelled. Zhongli still Tool with slingers all throughout his base to defend. There's not much you can do to attack into this. Interesting town center layout. You know, this isn't something you see all the time. We're getting some lag, I believe, from my end. Okay. Not exactly sure what's going on. Game engine struggling a bit, and Vertex is ready to move out. He's confident in the number of slingers he has. But this, the camels or the compies alone are enough to match his army. Attacking him with this little choke point with 100 camels. Not 100, that's an exaggeration. Now, Vertex out of the map. Let's see if he can get any damage in. But Zumni with the screens of defensive units. Kwang On knocking at the wall with his massive army. Ringing the doorbell saying, "Ding dong, who's there? Hello." Now, some of Kwang On's villagers getting caught out, but he's found another economy of MoR. Will MoR's units hold? I don't believe so. Well, some of Kwang On's archers aren't attacking effectively, but it looks like he has just more than enough to clean that up. And the walls go down. The surround from Vertex, he might be able to hold. No, he's forced to retreat on both sides. These compies just way too impactful in these fights. And the camels to protect them. Plenty of units. Okay, Vertex getting a quick wall off. Nope, and it pops. MoR forced back again, on the run. Again, this is maybe the 5th time. His entire economy has run to a new side of the map. Potentially dragging out the inevitable, and there's the GG. The timeline has been heavily in favor of TLC1 this match. It is no surprise now that we see the GG come out from work. A well-played series by all. TLC will advance to the grand finals to compete for the title of Master of Rome. Masters, plural, because it's 2 of them, of Rome. Very exciting series for all to watch. Good game. Zungni, again with an incredibly fast axe rush. In this game, Vertex went for building axers at home, and there was no threat, so he sent his axers blindly out onto the map, and was unable to make it into the economy of Kwang On. By the time he got there, Kwang On was nearly fully walled, and his one opening was covered by a mass of slingers there. Great game. Kwang On, very strong, showing himself to be a competent player here. Expert, top level play. The rushers from Zungni were impressive this series. In every game, he got incredibly fast times. He axe rushed. He bought like some space for Kwang On by hitting the guy that was closer to his teammate. At least I guess they were guessing that. You don't really know, especially when in each of these matches we've had the players mixed up in their positions, which I think creates much more exciting gameplay as you get matches like this, where it's just messy. You have to run to the middle, you have to run somewhere. Vertex trying to hold up in here was unable to convert the safety of this region into a victory on the military side of the map, as it was just so delayed. His original base, too wide and too open to be walled. The map for Kwang On coming into huge play. He played it well, but on top of that, his map was very strong. With a nice safe stone, a lot of wood for a Phoenician player to go for. So a decent amount of space for farms, especially with another spot back here if you were to keep booming. MoR's map, much more open, much harder to play with the map here, especially considering his proximity to his opponents. Really had nowhere to go other than the middle of the map.